very first FD is the definition of the lines. So there are five types of lines. One is L3 line. The numbers are already provided of the L3 lines. These are very important lines. They are big GAN numbers. Then there are L3 mid lines, which is the line between these two lines. So for example, if it is 19,000 and 19,700, then the mid line will be 19,350. It's called L3 mid lines. Then there are L4 lines. L4 lines are fairly close to each other. They are generally used either for stop gain or stop loss, or they are also used as a confluence. When it is close to L3, then we take a position. Again, these numbers of L4 is always fixed. Fourth is the large whole number. So any number which is divisible by 500 but is not part of L3, L3 mid and L4 lines can be called as a large whole number. So for example, here 19,000 will not be called as a large whole number. It will be called L3 lines, while 19,500 will be called a large whole number because not present in L3, nor in L3 mid, nor in L4. Then there is a line confluence. If L3 lines and L4 lines are close to each other, close means that is a configurable element. It can be 50 points, 70 points. If they are close to each other, then it's a confluence zone. And then at that point of time, we can call that L3 and that L4 as a confluence L3 or a confluence L4. When I say L3, it also applies to L3 mid. So so the same concept applies to L3 mid also. So there could be a case when L3 mid and L4 are very close to each other, and we can call it a confluence L3 mid, confluence L4, and so on and so forth. I'll give you an example. So here is a L4 line. The blue line is the L4 line. So once these lines is configured, I can do a testing that when the close price comes within a 30 points of difference of L4, then see what is the point ratio and take a position. I can do that. So I should have that ability where I can do a lot of testing based on and or. I can test how good the signal is when it comes close to the L4 line. How good is the signal when it comes to the mid line. This dotted is the mid line. So once these lines are defined, I can first of all use it to understand that what is my pattern when it comes to L4. This pink line is the L3 line, so I can check whether when the close price comes, say 30 or 40 points within this pink line, I will check for the pattern. Or later on, I can also check for patterns like double top, double bottom when it is in a vicinity of 30 or 40 points of the pink line. So that is the purpose of having these definitions and ability to use them. So I'll see the confluence. So this could be a confluence, for example. Here the distance is very high. I'll look for examples where the distance between here. So this could be a confluence. This is a midpoint as a blue point, very close to each other. So this is a confluence point. So even though it is a mid L3 line and this is an L4 line, this is also a confluence points. So this becomes a L3 confluence. This becomes mid L3 confluence. This becomes an L4 confluence. So I can also check what is the accuracy when price comes within 20-30 points of this confluence, and is it more accurate or not. So so the first the development is to understand these points clearly and then able to check anything when it comes in these vicinity.